with Bill's never-ending projects. I bought this Murray. This motion's so far away now you can't hear it. I'll talk about it. It's windy too. But I bought this Murray. I'll just stand by the camera, it's just too windy, and I don't have a microphone, so it took a lot of research to find out what I had, because in 1988, 1989, they also had this hood, because I own an 88, it has the hood, and some 88s still had the normal glass round headlights, and some had this exact grill of the 90, 91, and 92 traditional years. But I have an 88 that has the hood, but doesn't have this grill. It still has the old style from 83, 84, 85, 86. So I see my decal's a little loose, but it's got 4 flat tires. There's going to be no fixing that one. No tube either. No, the steering shaft got bent in the scrapyard. Not sure if they actually pick up on these with their loader or what, but this guy usually bends these. Could have been bent when they brought it there, I don't know. But they've always been 12.5, but up until 1990, they only put 12 horse. And then they put that industrial commercial thing in the, I see mine's got a regular plaque on it. I just noticed that just now. Okay, that's good. It has 4 main levers, the deck height, the shift on the go. I got it neutral right now. It says it has reverse. Yeah, reverse on that side, and then neutral, and then it has six slots. It has the big pan seat. Kind of looks like an old tractor seat when you don't have the upholstery on it. They would have glued maybe that foam rubber right to the pan, but that's the spring. Just that little leaf spring coming down. The boards are pressed right into the frame. I was even looking at my old ones, and I'm pretty sure they were with that too. Somebody had a myth about these frames being thinner, but I used my gauge, and it seemed like it always fit on the 12. Now, yeah, there could be a burr on there or something. This might not be a true reading, but on all 3 mowers, these running boards are pressed right into the frame. It's some kind of a sheet metal. I shouldn't call it sheet metal, but it's a pressed metal frame, and these are included in it. So I could only get the 12 to go over it. And it was the same on all 3 years. I tried and did on my 82 and my 88, and now the 91. This is a 91. That last number being 1, that's the year, and that's the model. 40, what is it, 625A and 0371. So it was a March. The body's March of 1991. And the motor, it's January. So that's the, what does it say? 286707 and 0115-01, and I know I said it was January. So it's well, that's the date code, right? Model, part number. So it's I see it, 9101 is January and the 25th day. Yeah, it's 12.5. Yeah, I should have checked this earlier. I was checking this. There's no oil. So the next thing I want to do is, it doesn't look like the scrapyard guy touched that. This had no oil in it. Why would it not have oil in it? Usually the scrapyards drain it out, but that don't look like it's been touched. Well, we'll finish looking at it, then we'll go down and turn the pulley. There's no rewind, so I'm gonna have to try to find a key to fit that. I don't know what they were doing here above it, but what does that say? Blade rotation control. Right here, yeah, I've watched the linkage. I've watched the linkage to put the to engage the blade, and he's already got a different screw in here to take the spark plug out. You gotta pull this panel. Looks like there's no screws down. Oh, it's just hanging there. So it's 2 screws. They have the matching decal here. They do flare out. They get a little bigger down here. It's the red, yellow, black. No throttle control. So that's the first missing part I've seen, is the throttle control's gone. Looks like they got a fuel filter in it. Oh, that's gone, so that's too bad. And I would think the throttle's froze up. Let's see. No, it moves. I don't know if it moves at full distance. Steering don't really have any slap. I just got to bend this pipe back. It's just that pipe that's bent. So I could probably take that bolt out and then put a large, long 4-foot pipe over this pipe, get it exactly at the spot where it has to go back that way, and just tip it back. Well, there isn't much rust on it except right where this hood closes. That is rust. That headlight's not hooked up, no wire at all. Let's see what the date of that battery is. It's not punched out. Nope. Oh, at least the back side of the seat doesn't have rust. I have noticed I noticed at the scrapyard the deck's missing when I seen that rod hanging down. And the piece on the front where the deck hooks, I had to tie up. I was getting caught unloading it. So, and I looked on the inside of those rims, there's no rust on them. So possibly somebody kept this inside, possibly. But why is that solid rust? Because it never came painted. It's going to be just flash rust. I can knock off in a second. But, so let's go under there and with a pipe wrench or something, or my hands, and see if we can turn the motor. By the way, I paid 20 cents a pound. It was $64. Only reason I got interested is I don't have this new one. I only have 88. This is a 91. So I seen the shiny engine. I mean, it would if I washed it off. It's not rusty. And but it's got to be some reason the deck's gone. And all the tires were flat, and they quit using it. So, and why there's no oil on it, that pretty much means they drove it right to the last drop and locked it up. Let's go under. I'm going to get some cardboard because it ticks. Go under there and we'll see. The other spot on the body, right there. That's a rusted spot. Around the corner and back. Paint missing. What's that little hole for there? Oh, that's to hook the spring probably to the variable pulley up there. Yes, there's a good shot of the drive belt. Yeah, it's pretty well painted down here. Here's this piece that the deck hooks to in front. That was dragging down. The brick's holding it up now. Better be, or I'll get my head will get crushed the way I'm laying here. I don't know if I trust these blocks or not, but seemed like this was about 340 pounds. The thing is, out of the blue, I just said to the wife, let's go to the scrapyard and walk around. I didn't even need anything. So this thing got saved, and when I went down there today to get it, right where it was sitting, he changed everything around, had a big dumpster and was loading scrap. This would have been, he would have took this with his jaws, it would have been up on the scrap pile where about 6 other garden tractors or lawn tractors are in the pile. One was an 83 Murray. I thought about getting the deck off that one, but there's some really skinny ducts on those old ones, and I don't even know if it would fit, and plus it's partially up in the pile already. So anyway, there's the pulley. I'm gonna get these up there. So yeah, I made a deal with him. He said, well, we'll charge you 20 cents a pound. That's what I did before when somebody wanted one of these or certain items. So I weighed in and weighed out, and I had to pay him $64. I mean, because the deck ain't on here, it's a lot lighter. So the no oil thing scares me. I got to use both hands here, so maybe I can pause this and pick it back up when I get the channel lock set. Okay, I tugged on them by squeezing them with both hands. It's locked up tight as can be. I'm just slipping, making burrs in it for somebody to cut themselves. So I'm going to have to get a pipe wrench then, or why would it be this stuck? I've never really had a small engine stuck. Okay, I suppose I could just tear the head off it. or I could put a vice grips on there. I mean, there's no oil on it. I don't know what's going on. Well, I'm gonna do something. I don't know what. We'll see. Get a pipe wrench or start taking the head off. Got this big long pipe on here. And I, of course, used two hands because I didn't think it was gonna come loose. And it didn't at first. I was about to put my foot on it. And let me see if I can take this pipe off now. There. That noise was it turning. Okay, so I'm gonna see if this drive belt's stuck up there. And I'm gonna do a couple more things under here, then get out of here. I think we should pull this oil plug and see if there's not even one little drop in there. Oh my gosh. Nothing? Should I have to poke something in there? Tightening that back up. I'll get it a little tighter off camera, but there's about 4 things that could have happened. Somebody could have drained it a long time ago and then the dirt just wasn't upset lately. They could have burned it all out of there and it locked up. Or it had a leak and it leaked out over time. There's a little oil there. But it's pretty clean as far as I'm concerned. Or it could have evaporated. I've had one that did a 51 Chevy truck. I sold it to a guy when we wanted to start. There was no oil on it. It did not leak out. And it did sit for a while, so I think oil evaporates. So, I guess I'll just put some in. I'll be right back with you when I get it in there. Not gonna don't put more on. It's empty. Took the whole cord. Nothing even dripping out anymore. Okay. Now let's check it. I think it still needs more. Okay, we're up on full. See, I'm spilling a puddle on my seat. Oh. The puddles were at the scrapyard. I was going to get this weed eater, and it spilled some out when I leaned down there. I wasn't even thinking about getting this mower at the time. So I went back there today, and the weed eater's nowhere. That's probably in the pile. So let's see here. Oh, I actually turned that with my hand a little bit. I probably wasted all that oil. I don't know. But I could just have a tight spot from sitting. I'm not going under the mower. Try the starter maybe. Now I've got it wedged again. Oh, let me just reach under there. There. Okay, I've went all the way around. Well, I've got it in neutral, so I don't think the drive belt could be bothering a little bit now. Wrench is right there. there. Okay, I think I'll pull the spark plug out and see if I can get any compression. Look, it's got vents under there. I removed this cover. Nope, you can't get it to spark plug. There's no door there, so the hood has to come off or something. Okay, on to the next thing. Okay, so I took this off and I blew the carburetor all out. There was all kind of stuff in there, and then there's this little box in the side. Doesn't really hook to it. There's no notch in there. It's just in the side. I guess you can tell when a mouse nest is in there. So I'll have to pull the cover. But I blew all this out. Yeah, so I'll have to find the bolts. There's one of them. I've already taken this loose here for the oil dipstick. Just a little piece comes off. That's kind of handy. So I'm going to start this back up tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll pull the hood and I'll do that bolt on each side, set the hood up there on that table, and get the plug out, and get the battery out of it, put a different battery in, and we'll see see if I've wasted all the oil I put in there. All right, signing off. Okay, it rained last night, so covered it up. Like it's worth something, but still my piece of junk. So I measured the frame width in the front up by the engine, because you can't measure it by the running boards, which is part of the pressed sheet metal steel frame. Up by the engine, it's 12 inches. So now I'm going to go measure a wide body, the second generation wide body, and see what it is. So I measured that one across. It was 1 inch bigger at 13. This one's actually 12 in the rear too. It's 12 back here too. This only goes up to here. This is an add-on. But that's part of the press. I might have said wide body. I meant wide press frame. There is no body. You got the wide press frame, and then you got a couple fenders and this little thing that goes covering the belts and stuff. You got this rising thing.
Console maybe?
It comes up 10 inches, so it's a good rise. So if you want to call that the body. You got the grill hood, that riser, the two fenders. But the one thing that's different about that, I think it's second generation. I think they started just a couple weeks before that one was built. That one was January 18th of 1990. So that means I think they retooled their, in Tennessee, I think they ran 2 lines, the narrow sheet pan and the 1 inch wider sheet pan at 13. Well, I think they retooled that wide line and changed the bends and stuff in the sheet pan. Might have made it an inch wider. to make it stronger at the hitch and stuff. So I'm pretty sure I have the first few machines off the line in 1990 when they changed it, the updated wide sheet pin. This is the transition year and the last of the narrow sheet pins.
88 to
There's
92.
hardly no pictures of them on the internet, and it's just the transition made 3 years. So, and then
No,
said something
5
about the tunnel
years.
when we were looking underneath yesterday, and I looked up to see the drive belt. That's what they call the tunnel. It's pressed in there when they make the sheet metal frame. It goes up, over, and down. It's a channel pressed in there so you got room for the drive belt. That's all. So, back to where we were yesterday. Yeah, so the wide body doesn't have this little lip on here. It goes straight down, and then this lip would go in like a channel. And it goes straight all the way back. What are you whining about? What? So much stronger. It just goes. Just goes straight back without this running board on there, like a normal channel on both sides. It's the same distance all the way across. So of course it's much stronger. I think they even made aftermarket little loaders for those. This is not built like a structural steel, like a channel or an angle. It's just this flimsy. I can bend it a little. What about? What do you want so bad? What do you want? Huh? Okay, you want me to play with you? Okay, I will. Okay. Should lift off now, except for the headlight wire. Should have done it first. Okay. That wasn't much of a deal. This one isn't hooked. Of course, there will always be something I missed. Nope. It's just I gotta turn the tire for the tie rod. Yeah, there it went. The tie rod was over. Okay. Well, as far as I can see, the missing headlight wire, it would need one of these blue and red like that one. Okay, so one would have come off this one, and one would have come off this one that they're missing. Okay. KNIC engine. It's just I memorize it as C for cast iron, and I for iron.
Cast iron sleeve.
Commercial industrial, but that's the way I do it. So this is cast iron block. So
No.
you put a board right into the
No, it's
board
not.
block.
It's aluminum
But
block.
somehow they lie and say they have a sleeve.
Yeah, that's
Cast iron sleeve.
because it's an
But
aluminum
that would
block.
just be the cast iron cylinder.
Nope, it's aluminum block.
I guess they wrote on the other ones, the one that starts with P, power or something, those were aluminum and they had
So is this one.
a steel sleeve in it. So then I think for advertisement they wrote the same thing on this one
It's
as
aluminum
they did
block.
on the other one. So now I gotta get these bolts off here and get the mouse nest out and then check in the cylinder. I'll be back when I get the cover off and the plug out. The front two bolts broke off. They're in there. I'll be drilling those out. Okay. Oh, geez, we're really full.
Yeah, I did drill them out. Wasn't fun.
I know I seen some blue sticking out. That means they had a tarp on it at one time. And part of the tarp ended up in here. Okay, it just fits just right in these covers that suck the air in when the fans are running. You gotta have those in there. There. Okay. Even got some up in the corner of the cover. There. Get that out later. Hey, wow, this is so gross. Dad, I'm gonna do this off camera with gloves on. That's a big nest. Okay, as you can see, have it all wire brushed and primed. I made the mistake of trying to turn this around by hand. It blows this, when you don't have that bolt in, it blows that oil tube right out. Lost a little of my new oil. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but it did. So if I push down on it with some pressure of one hand, then I can turn it with the other hand, but it's good enough to start with the starter, or to turn with the starter. So now it's got the size of socket that ticks. Block cleaner. Yeah, let's get this plug out. Size was it? 13, the old normal 13 sixteenths. 13 sixteenths. That's it. So it's 13 sixteenths. Okay, I'll look in there. I tried to use the borescope, but
It's
seems like the piston's off to one side.
Exactly.
This is over here.
Over the valve.
Piston must be over here.
Yeah.
So let's just put the compression test on there. Look at this axle. That is not a cast axle. I think a lot of mine I have cast axles. This isn't one of them.
Not Murray's.
Look at this little compression tester thing in. Finger tight, I guess, and then put the other thing on it. Hopefully I got it. I'm going to try to turn it, and I doubt I'll get anything. I'm sure I wasted the oil I put in there. I have to hold down the oil cap and turn it. I guess I'll turn it clockwise. Nothing. Nothing. So, I'm sure I hit a compression stroke by the time I did all that. Probably the piston's not going up and down, and it's probably broken on the connected rod. So now I'm going to get a cardboard box and start throwing parts in it and tear it down. Well, it does suck in, because I put my finger over here. It sucks in on the, where it's pulling in the fuel. It sucks in, but it doesn't blow out. So that could be a valve is stuck. Let me do some research on that. Without going and checking any information, I decided to just start digging for the valve cover. And the first thing I could see I got to remove is the carburetor. It's covering everything up. So, and then I found out it was Allen wrench. So I'm gonna get with it. Oh, they were two different sizes. I'll compare that when I get it off to see if it's true, but unless I got the ends mixed up. Now I gotta memorize where all these linkages go. I swear, top took this one, but this one was the other one. It's just this rod here. This pipe came out of something here. I'll do that off camera, and I have to memorize it, so I don't want to bend them either. That goes in and out like that. That one goes back to that one. Okay. If I could get this cover off on here, I could see what I was doing. But I figured it out. I had to take off this bracket that went down to that bolt there. I could put that in the bucket. Then it cleared it so I can get a socket on here, and there's one on each side, one back there too. So once I take those two off, I can get this plastic off finally. I found out how to do it. Then I can see to unhook the spring without bending it or anything, because I don't want to unhook it up there from the governor, at least not right now. That probably unhooks just from this being unhooked, and then you bend it at an angle that can't bend right now when it's hooked up. So that's what I think. This will just come off as soon as I get this unhooked, because I can just, it's a J hook. It'll just, you just pull it forward like this, and then it'll just come off probably. Okay, so the linkage that goes, the linkage that has this thing that looks like a cotter pin, that goes back and forth when you open it up.
Chocomatic.
Goes to the first one. And that long one with the spring on it goes to the second one. I guess that's all I have to know to put it back together, isn't it? Yeah, that's just a bent around hook there. Cobwebs in there. Okay. I've already found the valve cover. Right there. That hose that went to the carburetor goes to the valve cover. It's got to be the valve cover. I don't see anything else. We'll see. And that spring goes in a separate, I mean, it's a spring up there somewhere in that end, I imagine. There it is. Down here it's just a solid little rod, but like a piece of wire, but it goes in the first hole, I believe, there. Could scratch that a little better, but seems to be the first hole. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you can tell which way this goes because it has the clip on top for the wire. That goes probably to the coil. So put that down here. So far we got the muffler, the starter cover, this valve cover, the carburetor, and the top of the carburetor. And that bracket from the carburetor to steady it. So I'm going to, could be it's moving, but it just isn't sealing whatsoever. But when it was stuck, maybe it was one of those valves that was stuck. Then when I got it to move, it went up and then stuck. So I'm gonna be working on that. If it's stuck, then I'm just gonna have to take the head off so I can get at the top of it and spin it with a vice grip.